What would you choose? A free meal today or the chance to change your future forever? For millions of children, that choice is not hypothetical. It's reality. In a world where the government debate free lunch program and parrot plate of rice and chicken, too many children still go without something far more essential: a seat in a classroom. In Indonesia alone, thousands of students drop out every single year, not because they lack dreams, but because they lack access. I stand here today not just as a speaker, but as a witness, someone who's seen how poverty steals the chance to learn. My name is Sonia Yulianti from Tanjungpura University, and this is The Real Free Meal: Why Education Ends Hunger for Good. We often talk about free meals to fight hunger, but there's a deeper hunger. The hunger to learn, to grow, to break free from poverty. Education is not just a pathway to knowledge, it is the most powerful weapon we have. And yet, for millions, that weapon remains locked away. But what if I told you, this weapon, this hope, is not missing because children don't want to learn. It's missing because system have failed them, because we pour more into meals than into mind, because it's easier to serve food than to serve opportunity. Because while we fund rice and eggs, we forgot about classroom, teachers, and the cost of simply getting to school. And this is where the crisis begins. Ladies and gentlemen, free meals fill stomachs, but free education fills future. Indonesia's government proudly announced school lunch programs: rice, egg, vegetable, and chicken. A full belly, they say, keeps kids in class. But let me tell you what they don't say. In 2025, more than 3.9 million children in Indonesia dropped out of school. According to BPS, 76% of them quit for one reason: poverty. They didn't leave because they were hungry. They left because the school uniform was too expensive, because the school was too far, because the book fee was due and the internet ran out. Let's be clear, hunger is not just about food, right? It's about the child who dreams of becoming a doctor but can't afford to ride to school. It's about the teenager forced to work at a market stall instead of studying for math class. It's about the girl who never returned to school because society told her marriage is cheaper than education. So if the system really wants to end hunger, why not serve education at the table? Why not fund transportation for rural students? Why not remove hidden school fees? Why not make internet and school books as essential as rice and oil? Because a free meal can keep a child alive today, but free education, that can keep their dreams alive forever. Ladies and gentlemen, free food ends hunger for a day. Education ends poverty for generations. Imagine a child from a low-income village. Her parents never finish school. She eats the free lunch at school. Great, she's full. But then what? Does she have access to proper learning? A tutor when she struggles? Internet when the class moves online? Or does she go home to take care of her younger sibling because both parents are out working and education becomes lasting on her mind? UNESCO data shows that one additional year of schooling can increase a person's income by up to 10%. In Indonesia, the poverty line sits around 500,000 rupiah per month. Just one more year in school could mean the difference between earning minimum wage and breaking through that barrier. So why aren't we investing in that? Because politicians love what looks good in photo. Kids eating lunch, smiling with a spoon in hand, but they don't show the photo of a teenager robbing out to help feed their family. They don't post a selfie in a village with zero signal where e-learning is a myth. They don't tweet about the millions of children whose future are eaten alive by poverty masked as enrollment rates. You want to fight hunger? Educate the poor. You want long-term results? Build a generation who don't have to rely on handout. Education gives tools, not just temporary relief. It teaches people how to build wealth, understand right, fight injustice, and create change. No food program, no matter how nutritious, can teach that. Education breaks the cycle. It is the single most effective way to fight generational poverty. One educated child becomes the first to get a job, the first to speak up, the first to come back and lift others. That's how you break the pattern. My point is simple. Food is a temporary fix. Education is the foundation. And right now, we're patching a leak with a napkin when what we really need is to rebuild the roof. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the truth no one wants to say out loud. Free lunch is not justice, it is just a cheap applause. It keeps children full today but empty tomorrow. While the camera flash on donated rice boxes, millions of children still sit on cracked floors with no teachers, no books, no future. This is not generosity, this is destruction. Because hunger is not just in their stomachs, it's in their minds, their dreams, their future. And that hunger cannot be fed alone with food. To my fellow youth, don't just repost statistic. Speak up, organize, volunteer, build. We are not guests at the table of power. We are at 𝐲𝐼𝐧𝐭. Don't let them convince us that giving crumb is kindness. Do we really want to see Indonesia collapse in 2030 because the people are kept blind and dumb? The government never sets food on the ground. They listen to their own mouth. People talking nonsense. That's why we, the youth, must speak up. Protest. Make noise. Flood the hashtag until they cannot ignore us anymore. And to policymakers, if you're serious about ending hunger, start with the kind that is not visible. The hunger for opportunity, the hunger for knowledge, the hunger for a life beyond poverty. We don't need free lunch if only the privileged few in school get to eat it. We want 12 years of free, quality education. Because the real free meal, the one that sustains, empowers, and liberates, is education. And until every child gets that meal, we are still starving. Thank you.